Super Neighborhood 22, otherwise known as the Washington Avenue Coalition, is here in Houston, and it starts at Interstate 10 all the way to our west and goes all the way east downtown over a 4.5-mile stretch to Bagby Street, which is right at the entrance to downtown. Walking in Houston is challenging. It's a car-centric city. We don't really have a good walkability score per se, and I know we can do better, and we have to, because a lot of millennials, a lot of seniors, they prefer not to have a car. And along Washington Avenue, which is a 4.5-mile stretch, we have a mix. 50% of the sidewalks are actually good, but 50% of them are either unacceptable or just plain awful. We've been trying to look at doing a walk audit and using this as a pilot to jumpstart walk audits across the city for a long time. We took a paper-based activity and automated it on a cell phone. And we were able to analyze the sidewalk conditions, the crosswalk conditions, the bus stop conditions, and the crosswalks between the bus stops on either side of the street, and in a lot of cases don't exist.
We could document the width of the sidewalk, the width of the distance from the sidewalk to the edge of the curb. We could take photos, and we could input answers to all the questions that were prompted by the Google form.
And we came out and took on a number of different Saturdays and Sundays about a half-mile segment of Washington Avenue and walked that segment with, a very prescribed plan about how we were going to document the conditions of the sidewalks, of the intersections, of the handicap ramps.
And this was a chance to sit there, boots on the ground, look at something, see mud in crosswalks, see where there weren't crosswalks, and say, what can I do to make my neighborhood, my community, plant the flag and say, this could be scaled and replicated across the city to make this place a better place to live.
We actually took the product and created a report with interactive links to all the photos and conditions as well. And that was then handed off to a contractor who's doing a professional traffic analysis and transportation analysis study up and down Washington Avenue. So the timing was just perfect.
The City of Houston has a Vision Zero commitment, which is our goal to get to 0 fatalities and serious injuries on our roads by 2030. When a community comes to us and says, we understand what our vision is, we want to be a safer place, we want to be able to walk more, that tells us as the government that look, this is exactly where we can apply our Vision Zero principles and make those streets safer for everybody.
AARP gave us $2,500 to take care of how we executed this walk audit. A lot of that was used for some of the operations like ice, beverages, food, some of the walk audit tools. We also had wristbands that were flashing. Pedestrians should be seen and not hit.
What's good for an 8-year-old can be good for an 80-year-old. So if you move into that community because of the sidewalks, the schools, the area and the offerings, then we believe that if you're able to age in places, older adults should be able to enjoy those same amenities and be able to connect with their community as they would if they were a new couple or a new person that had just moved into the community.
The impact of the walk audits is really the catalyst for change in this area. I think it brings the community together, also elected officials together, and others that may never cross paths. And it allows us to come together and achieve a common goal.
It's very important that we get folks out there and come together and get our sidewalks in a good condition. Let's get Houston and let's get America walking again.